come and study with Tanzania Institute of Education.
Hello students, I hope you are okay. My name is Mr. Gaspar Amiri Kapungu, teacher of economics. Today, we want to share with you topic of national income. A subtopic, measuring of national income. Let us go to our questions. Let's start with the question number 1. Question number 1 says, given the following national income data of Tanzania and the figures in Tanzania shillings millions, wages and salaries 10,000, transfer payment 7,000, interest 5,000, rent 6,000, undistributed company profit 4,000, surplus 2,000, self-employment incomes 1,000, dividend 30,000, corporate profit tax 4,000, net Tanzanian income from abroad 8,000, capital consumption allowance 12,000, property tax 6,000, income tax or personal tax 4,000, and the depreciation is 10,000. The question requires us to compute a gross national income. So according to income method, because our informations are concerning with income method. So according to income method, if question wants us to compute national income or gross national product, in short you can say gross national product, it means total national income. We have to add all incomes. We have to add all incomes. When we see our questions, incomes, we have first, we have wages and the salaries. This is supposed to be added because it's income of factors of production, like labor or normal workers are given these wages and the salaries. So we have to add all incomes of factors of production. And we have to add interest is income of factor of production capital. Those who own capitals, they get interest. So we have to add when we compute the national income figure. And another figure, according to our question, there is rent. Rent is added when we compute the national income figure because rent is income of factor land. Factor of production, land. The owners of land, owners are always getting rent. So rent is income of people who own land. And here we have to add undistributed company profit. Undistributed company profit. So undistributed company profit is profit of the company, which is always reinvested after owners of companies to share dividends. When the company gets profit, let's say profit of the company, we can say profit before tax. Let's say 10,000. After tax, we call it corporate profit tax left by government on company profits. Let's say 60,000 here, we get 4,000. This will be a profit after tax. Profit after tax. And then shareholders, they have to get their returns. We call it dividend. So assume dividend is 1,000. After sharing that 1,000, the shareholders, the remaining part of income is undistributed. Undistributed company profit. This profit is used to reinvest, to expand the business and not shared. So it's income of the company. So we have to add when we find national income by using income method. And here we add surplus. Surplus is excess of incomes, of expenditures of non-trading business, of non-trading institutions. Let's say we can say a club like Young or Simba or Coast Union. We can call them non-trading institutions. So their excess incomes is called the surplus and not profit, because they are not conducting normal business. So here we add surplus. We can say a part of income from non-trading institutions. We add self-employment income. Self-employment incomes. Incomes from people who they have employed themselves. Income from self-employment. We add dividends. Dividend here, the part of income to shareholders, a part of profit shared by shareholders of the company, which is dividend. So dividend is income of shareholders of the company. So we have to add when we find G and P. And according to our questions, there is capital consumption allowance and there is depreciation. Capital consumption allowance and depreciation. Here, when you compute G and P through income method, these items sometimes they meaning the same. Depreciation may be capital consumption allowance and capital consumption may be depreciation. But according to these questions, we have both capital consumption allowance and depreciation of different figures. This is 12,000. This is 10,000. So our treatment will be like this. Here we have to add capital consumption allowance, because this is amount, is income amount set aside to make replacement of depreciation. So according to our question, we have two, capital consumption allowance and depreciation. We add capital consumption allowance in determination of G and P and not depreciation. If both are there, we take capital consumption allowance. Why? Because capital consumption allowance is amount of fund set aside to make maintenance of capital goods, maybe roads or maybe factory machines which have depreciated. So we take this allowance to make maintenance. But note that if there is no capital consumption allowance, and in our question, if the question is coming with only depreciation, we will take depreciation as the capital consumption allowance. So we have to add depreciation. But if both are there, we have to take a capital consumption allowance. Allowance means amount. So we take direct amount to add when we compute G and P instead of taking depreciation, which is capital expenses or expenditure. So here we add other incomes from government, like property tax. Property tax collected by government from people properties, from business properties. And then we add tax collected from people incomes. We call it income tax. We add income tax, or we can say personal tax. So summation of this, we get GDP, not GNP. In order to get GNP, any national, we have to plus net income received from abroad, maybe from Kenya, Uganda, Europe, whatever. We get the total GNP. But according to our questions, why transfer payment is not added? Why transfer payment is not added while it's there in our question? Transfer payment, we can say assistance, government assistance. Or we can say it's happening when government tries to help its citizens, maybe to provide free goods and services to poor class, Or sometimes a country like Germany, government of Germany pays, we call it job seekers allowance, commissions for those who they don't have a job to do. So all this part of transfer payment. So transfer payment is a fund from government. So when we add it, we make double count of amount. So government, after collecting tax and other incomes, government takes some part of its incomes to help its citizens. That's why we don't need to add this transfer payment to avoid the double counting of figures. In another way, transfer payment, we may take example when the government is financing students who are going to take their studies abroad without any return to government. Is also a transfer payment. That's why transfer payment is not added when we find GNP through income methods, because it's funds from government. So when we add, we make double count of this fund. So we add wages and salary 10,000 is seen. We add interest 5,000 is seen. We add rent 6,000. We add undistributed company profit 4,000. We add surplus 2,000. We add self-employment incomes 1,000. We add dividend 30,000. We add corporate profit tax, which is 4,000. We add net Tanzanian income from abroad, which is 8,000 income from abroad. This makes this solution to have GNP instead of GDP, because we add income from abroad there, 8,000. We add capital consumption allowance, which is 12,000 is seen. We add a property tax, 6,000 is seen, and we add income tax or personal tax, which is 4,000. Okay, after summation of all incomes required by question there, we get a total 92,000 GNP, 92,000 millions. You have to put millions. Part B, we are supposed to find net national income. Net national income. Net national income, we take gross. Gross, it means total. Gross national income, we deduct depreciation. Net national income, without consideration of depreciation. That's why we deduct depreciation. So here we have GNP from part A. We have GNP at 2,000 minus depreciation. Depreciation we were given 10,000. So we get 2,000 millions Tanzania shillings. This is part B. C, question needs to compute net domestic income. So net domestic income, we have to take net national income minus net income received from abroad, because net domestic income is income generated within the country. So we have to minus the income generated outside the country. That's why we minus net income received from abroad. So we take net national income, which is 82,000. We get it from B, minus net income received from abroad. Net income received from abroad, according to our question, is 8,000. So we get 74,000 Tanzania millions. This is net domestic income. And the D, question needs to compute net national disposable income. Net national disposable income. Net national disposable income, we take net national income minus income tax. Minus income tax, or we can say personal tax, because disposable income is income after income tax. Or another way we can say the income ready for maybe consumption or saving, but already deducted with income tax. So our question needs to compute net national disposable income. So we have to take net national income minus income tax. So net national income we have from B, 82,000, minus personal or income tax. Income tax, which is tax levied on people incomes, is 4,000 according to our question. So we get 78,000 Tanzania millions. So I think you have enjoyed the lesson from our workings and answers from question number 1. So now let's go to question number 2. Question number 2 says, given the following equations for country Z, C equal to 1,500 plus C 0.8y, this is consumption. I equal to 300 plus 0.05y, I is investment. X equal to 200, X stands for export. M equal to 0.5y, M stands for import. And G equal to 500, G represents government expenditures, as we see in our question. So question needs to compute level of income. A, calculate the level of income. Our solution, this question is concerning with Keynes' concept of aggregate demand. When we compute national income at equilibrium between aggregate demand and aggregate supply. Keynes, according to Keynes' concepts, we use Keynes' concept according to this question. National income is being calculated at equilibrium. So according to this, aggregate demand, which is represent level of income, equal to C plus I plus G plus X minus M, according to our data. So C, we have 1,500 there plus 0.8y plus I, we have 300 plus 0.05y plus G, we have 500 plus bracket X, which is export, we have 200 minus M, which is import, 0.1y. So level of income will be equal to, we have to collect like term, we have to take 500 plus 300 plus 500 plus 200. And then we have to take numbers with y, 0.8y plus 0.05y minus input, which is 0.1y. So we take those numbers with y to be deducted by y, which is level of income. So income, which is y, minus 0.0y, minus 0.05y, plus 0.1y, which was supposed to be deducted in other side. Now, in this side, we add, equal to total of like term 500, 300, 500, and 200. We get 205. We get 2,500. Y minus 0.8y minus 0.05y plus 0.1y. We get 0.25y will be equal to 2,500. So because the question needs to compute level of income, and level of income is represented by y. So we have to divide with 0.25 in both sides in order to get the value of y. So by divide by 0.25 in both sides, we get y, which is level of income, 10,000. This is A. B, question needs to calculate multiplier. Multiplier. Multiplier means change in income due to change in investment. According to the syllabus and level of Form 6, we deal with the investment multiplier. Investment multiplier, which is being represented by symbol K, investment multiplier. But there are tax multiplier, export and import multiplier, etc. So we have to find investment multiplier, which is change in income over change in investment. Or we can use another way, investment multiplier. We take 1 minus the marginal propensity to consume. Marginal propensity to consume is B. B, we get it from consumption function. Or we can take 1 over marginal propensity to save, because 1 minus marginal propensity to consume is equal to marginal propensity to save. So from our question, part of consumption function, we have B. B is 0.80. 0.8. So we use 0.8 as the marginal propensity to consume to find the multiplier. So multiplier, investment multiplier, will be 1 over 1 minus 0.8. We get 1 over 0.2. We get 5 times. We get 5 times. This means if investment will change, maybe increase or decrease, national income will also change by 5 times than investment. That is number B. Let's go to C. According to our question, says, what will be the change in income if investment increases by 200 units? If investment increases by 200 units. So, because question says buy, it means this 200 is change in investment. 200 is change in investment. If investment increases by 200, this is change in investment. So what will be the change in income? Questions. What will be the change in income? Change in income. Amount of change in income. So from multiplier, investment multiplier, which is K equal to change in income over change in investment. This is multiplier, and we're done here. Multiplier is 5 times. So we have in multiplier, we have change in investment, which is 200. So we need to compute change in income. So will be 5 times represent multiplier equal to change in income is unknown over change in investment. Change in investment, question says if investment increases by 200. So 200 is change in investment. So here we have to cross multiply to get change in income. So change in income will be equal to 5, which is multiplier, times 200. Change in income will be 1,000. This will be a change in income. But if questions, note that if questions say investment is decreases instead of increase like this, if question says investment decreases, let's say by 100. If the concept is to decrease the investment and not to increase like the question says, our solution would be in multiplier will be, our multiplier will be 5 times. We have to use the same multiplier, which is 5 times, because there is no change in the marginal propensity to consume. Marginal propensity to consume will be 0.8 according to question, and we have to use the same formula. So multiplier will also be 5, no changes in multiplier. But change in investment will be 100, and not 200, will be 100. So to find change in income by using the same formula, multiplier equal to change in income, change in investment will be 5 equal to change in income over 100. Here, by cross multiply, change in income will be 500. Change in income will be 500. So the impact is that this is concerned with increase in investment, 200. This is concerned with decrease in investment, 100. So if question needs to compute new equilibrium level of income, according to this will be new equilibrium income will be equal to, you have to take all the value of income plus this change in income. We have to plus because investment has increased. So the national income, the new national income figure, will be, you have to take the old one, 10,000, if you remember, from A, plus this increased, which is change in income. We get this figure. Because investment has increased. even national income will also increase. But here, because investment has decreased and we get change in income is 500, when question needs to compute a new equilibrium level of income, new equilibrium level of income will be, you have to take all the income, if you remember, 10,000 plus, no, not plus, minus change in income. Why we minus? Because investment has decreased. So decrease in investment leads to also decrease in income. So we take 10,000 minus 500. We get this amount. This is difference between when investment is increasing and when investment is decreasing. To get a new national income, here we have to add, here we have to minus. Okay, addition. From our question number 2, apart from that question, addition. The question is over, but this is the addition. If you are asked to find change in income when investment has increased, when investment has increased to 1,200. This will be solved like this. First, you have to know investment before changes, the amount of investment before changes. From our question, investment was 300 plus 0.05y. But remember, y is level of income. And from part A, y was 10,000. So you have to substitute this y to this part to get amount of investment. So investment before changes, 300 plus 0.05 in y, you have to put 10,000 level of income from part A of our question number 2. So here we get 300 plus 500, we get 800. So this is amount of investment before changes, before any change. The amount is 800. So question, if question asks to find the change in income when investment increased to 1,200, here you have to find the difference between, you have to take a new investment minus old investment. You will get a change in investment. Now investment has increased up to this amount. So the new investment is this amount. This is not a change in investment. This is new amount of investment. So change in investment will be obtained by take this new investment minus this old investment. This old investment you have to find yourself by take investment function, and you have to substitute y in investment function to get this 800. So here, a change in investment will be new investment 1,200 minus old investment, which is 800. So change in investment will be 400. So this will be used to find the change in income, and notice this amount, because this is not a change in investment. This is a new investment. So we, from multiplier, which was 5 times, and the multiplier equal to change in income over change in investment. Multiplier 5 equal to change in income is not there, over change in investment. Change in investment, you have to take 400, the difference between the new investment and the old investment. By cross multiply here, you will get a change in income, 5 times this. Change in income will be equal to 5 times 400, which is 2,000. We have come to an end of our lesson. I think you have enjoyed and understood very well the lesson. Until next time, bye.
Let's study, be educated.